Hello and welcome. I'm Ashley, the DM of NATawesome. I hope everyone is having an amazing night, and welcome back for the second session of the Rise of the Vampire King. We have all of our players here except for one tonight, but we will manage his character, and maybe you can give some input in the chat as well. So we left our players trying to break into the Kenchuk manor, and two are upstairs, two are downstairs, and there are some unusual guards that were activated when the party tried to leave with the magical earrings that they were tasked to find. Fenris was detained at the House of Roses because of his music was so sweet and tantalizing that it captured the ear of a nice young lady, and they spent most of the evening together. Coming back, he coerced her into being a distraction so that he can sneak through the gate. So having snuck up to the gate underneath her gown while she laughed and flirted with the guards, he slipped out and made his way to the manor where he could see Evan and Fillion in the back garden area of the manor. And we'll go ahead and get started with him. He'll be up first for initiative this round.
Okay. So obviously I know they're inside. I'm gonna head inside, or at least that direction. I'm gonna peer in before I actually go in.
Okay, so there's a small fence up front that I'm guessing you hopped over. And you in the front yard you see both Fillion and Evan looking through a window.
Okay. And I can see through that window?
You'll have to get a little closer in order to see.
It's not like too tall though for me to look into?
You may need a hop. I know the dwarf did need to hop as well.
Okay. And so I ask him, what's going on here, guys? What's happening inside?
And
I smelled fire, and they've been in there for like way too long. And then this little guy here saw a knight or something, some kind of shiny armor moving around. I'm not exactly sure. He's been quiet about it ever since.
We gotta get through that window.
Yeah, I'm heading up the tree the way they went in, so you can follow me if you want to.
Sure. And I hop onto his back.
Okay,
Just
okay.
like on the back of his coat. And I let him do all the climbing because...
Whoa, dude. No. You're not hopping on my back. Hop on the little guy's back.
You're like 25 pounds, man. Come on.
Alright, as long as it doesn't affect my walking,
Okay.
then take my time.
Alright, so that was your action, Fenris, was to hop on his back?
Yeah.
Okay.
I can't see of anything else I can really do right now.
Okay, going back upstairs. It is Abaddon's turn right now. And you are currently being held by the Rug of Smothering. And yeah, what are you gonna do?
Guess I don't really have a lot of options. All I can really do is just strength check my way out of it.
Okay.
Don't like how low my strength is. 17.
Alright, that's that does it. You wrestle with the interior of the rug, finding a loose string in the tapestry. You start pulling it, and the rug senses it is beginning to unravel. So it releases you, and you slump to the floor. So it's a action to get up, or you can try to crawl.
Action to get up. Yeah, I'll crawl, dude. Well, wait, I already spent my action on the strength.
Oh, you did. Sorry. So you still have your movement though, so you can crawl.
Yeah, I'm gonna crawl away, dude. I'm all like beaten, like I'm just like fucking like just going down the hallway, you know, fucking like towards the where the chest room is. Like I'm just going down that hallway, passing Max, just like, you're gonna light me on fire? God, you idiot! Just like kind of moving as far as I can.
Okay.
As far as I can, because I can't do anything else.
I'm gonna say you get to about there. Your movement's probably gonna be a little different crawling.
I feel like it's gonna be like less.
Yeah.
half. You know, like I feel like that's fair.
Okay.
That's good enough distance for me, man. I'm away from the stupid rug.
Okay, so next it's the rug's turn, and he is going to go ahead and let me double check his movements. Okay. Okay, he is going to try to grab Maximus. So that would be 13. Can you turn your mic up as well, please? So the rug attempts to coil itself around Maximus, but he holds out the candelabra that he is holding, and the rug recoils from the candelabra, leaving Maximus still free to move about. And it is your turn.
I can.
No,
I
I
hear
hear
you
you
fine.
fine.
Okay, then it might just be on my end. Oh, I got it. There we go. I got it. You're fine. Okay.
Sorry about that.
There we go.
Well, that saves me having to use.
So you have one hand holding the candlestick, or the candelabra.
Yes.
Everybody's giving a high five.
And he's gonna be right in front of me, right?
He's 5 feet forward and then to your left.
He tried to grab me from there.
Yep, because the door's open, so he is within 5 feet of you diagonally. So you were within 5 feet of him as well.
Alright, I'm gonna take that candelabra and I'm gonna try to catch his ass on fire.
Okay, and let's see.
What would you do that? Would you just roll?
Yeah, I would.
I think you'd have to roll like the equivalent of an unarmed strike, you know?
Yep.
No proficiency bonus.
Okay.
So go ahead and roll an attack, and it should tell you on your character sheet from D&D Beyond what your unarmed strike dice and everything are.
Yeah. Well, what would I use? Okay, so it's a +3 is like the hit DC.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's what mine is.
Ooh, nat 20, so 23.
Okay, and go ahead and roll damage.
Wow.
And it is a critical hit. So you're going to roll double the dice, roll that, and then add any bonuses you get.
For damage, it just says 2.
So it's going to be double that, so 4 plus
Yeah, that would be it. Just 4.
4.
But you lit it on fire.
Yeah, you parried and dodged to the side and brought the candelabra forward like a gun or a sword, and you catch its tassel on fire, and the fire is erupting across its body and spreading to each and every corner of the rug.
Sweet.
Does it take damage like over time with that? Like, right? If it's on fire,
Like a
right?
tick.
It's taking a certain amount of fire damage.
I would say yes. I would say that it would probably just take 2 damage each turn,
That's respectable.
based off of what your unarmed strike is.
Say better like a 1d4.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes, yeah, I like that. I like the D4 idea.
Okay, we can go ahead and do the 1d4. I don't have a problem with that. So at the beginning of its turn, Maximus, you will roll a d4, and that'll be the amount of damage it takes.
Okay, that sounds reasonable.
Okay.
Yeah,
So moving next is the suit of armor that you guys are seeing. It does not pay any attention to you folk who are outside. It doesn't even seem to see you. And it is going to start making its way upstairs. So 5, 10, 15. Not quite upstairs yet. It has another 5 feet before it's upstairs. And that's all it's going to do. Okay, Philian, it's your turn.
Alright, I'm gonna try to shoot up that tree.
Okay. So 5, 10, 15. Okay, you make it to the tree just fine. With and what's your movement?
30.
30. So you have another 15 feet after you make it up the tree. So you can do an athletics check for me to get up the tree.
It says B. 20 plus 1. Okay, 21.
Was it a natural 20?
Yeah, it said B. It landed on a B.
B? Are you doing digital dice?
Yes, I am.
Okay. Alright, so you are not even phased by the small gnomish monkey attached to your back. You make your way up the tree to the next level. And across from the tree is an open window that everyone else has already made their way in, and you still have 15 feet of movement.
Do I have to go in? Oh,
No, you don't have to.
So can I just like poke my head and talk to him?
There's a 5-foot gap, and then the window is right there. So, I mean, you may fall if you lean too far. This is kind of like a just like let's go inside type of situation.
So I can't talk to them at all.
Oh, you can talk to them. That's not a problem. But you are outside at night in a highly,
Yeah.
a rich person gated community, essentially.
Okay, so I'm gonna go. Oh shoot, you're on my back, dude. Totally, I can't do what I was gonna do.
Throws him into the house. Get out!
Oh man.
I can do what I want to do.
So I'm gonna go ahead and go into the window.
Okay. All right. So you have 10. Wait.
Thanks for the lift.
Huh? What was that? You what?
Thanks for the lift.
Oh. And are you good at? Oh well, you're still there until it's your turn. Okay, so you're inside. You technically have 10 more feet of movement. And you did see that. Well, no, actually, you didn't see the knight going up the stairs because you were already past the window.
Well, he moved first. You could have watched him.
But did you?
No. That's too worried about this dude on my back. I'm gonna go toward.
You're
Oh,
still on his
boy.
back, right, Ryan?
What?
You're gonna, yeah, I'm gonna move both of you. Okay. Alright.
And okay. Yeah, I want to move towards uh old boy with the gun. What's your name? I can't see your I can't see your Indian name.
His Max.
Yeah, Max. Yeah,
It's
I wanna move
there.
towards Max.
It should be up. Can you not see it?
Not in Discord. No.
Oh,
just
it
says
wouldn't
right
be on
here.
Discord. You'd see it on
Yeah.
Twitch only. Okay.
And then I want to disguise myself as the owner of the house.
Okay. Go ahead and how are you doing that? Magically or with a disguise kit? Like, what are you doing here?
I have a spell. called
Okay.
Disguise
Yeah, he's
self.
casting disguise.
Okay,
Yeah.
you're casting it. Okay, there we go. So go ahead. I mean, you got a very basic description of the guy. So go ahead and roll me a performance check.
Okay. We saw him leave too. Where's the performance?
You guys didn't see inside his face, inside the carriage.
That is why I looked that guard up and down.
7.
Well, based on the knowledge that you had gotten from Cole Doondragon, you do your very best at magically changing yourself into resemblance of the owner of the house. But
Wait a minute.
looking at your new appearance, there's something a little off. First,
We did get a description of him, or we did see him, didn't we? I got the description written down. But,
you got a basic description of him from Cole. You got hair
Okay.
color, his size of his body, but you have not laid eyes on a painting of him, or you haven't seen him in person.
Okay. Alright. Shoot. How did it turn out? Go ahead. Keep going. I'm sorry. I don't know.
So you do your very best at changing your appearance to match that of the owner. You seem to have a very unusual lump on your back, and you look almost kind of more cartoony than like a real person.
No, he wouldn't show up. He wouldn't show up.
Okay.
You'd be able to touch him, according to the description of my
Okay.
spell.
So, but still, your appearance is a little bit more cartoony than it is super realistic.
Okay.
Right, it's just an illusion spell that you cast, like, over your body to make it look different. But if someone tries to, like, touch you, I'm pretty sure it's like...
Yeah, they'll hit whatever is there. Yeah.
Yeah, they'll hit, like, your actual body.
Yeah. Or if I'm too fat, their hand will pass through.
Yeah.
the image.
I also have disguise as a spell. It could be a good spell.
Dang it, I thought we saw them. Oh well, I tried. Okay, I guess I'll just say, yo, dude in the armor's coming up. We gotta hide or something.
Okay, so kind of an unusual sight. A person somewhat matching the description has appeared before Maximus and Abaddon, telling them about a knight coming up the stairs and now telling
It's
them
me,
to hide.
Julian. There's a night coming up. We gotta hide.
A little late for that.
Fires.
That's
Hide.
a little late for that.
Oh.
So,
Drug was like sentient, walking around.
Yeah.
all right. So now it's gonna be Evan's turn. And he's still downstairs.
Yeah, he's still downstairs.
Yeah, he's still downstairs.
He's getting left behind. Poor little boy.
So he is first of all going to rage. And then he is going forward, and he is going to go straight in through this window right here. So I'm going to have him roll a athletics check.
That sounds like something you do.
Yeah.
Okay, so he begins to rage and he just gets taken over by this internal anger that is festering from deep emotional scarring past backstory, and he runs headlong towards the window, but slips on a frog and goes head first into the side of the building. Um, and he actually takes some bludgeoning damage for that. And he took 3 points of bludgeoning damage. He rolled a nat 1, just so you guys know.
Oh my god.
Oh, ouch, man.
Yeah. Okay.
Reminder. Do not miss D&D night.
I just rolled it using D&D Beyond with I had no physical control over this. Okay, and then Fenris, it's gonna be your turn, so take us back upstairs. All right.
I can see everybody, right?
In your line of sight, you have Fillion in front of you. You have the carpet. You can't really see Max or Abaddon, but you did hear Fillion yell out to them because they are around the corner.
Okay, but I can see the rug.
Yeah, the rug is ahead of you.
So I'm gonna go ahead and unload a crossbow bolt onto this rug dude right here.
Already?
Wait a minute. It's on fire right now?
Yep. And at the beginning of Maximus's turn, it'll take 1d4 of damage. Or no, I'm sorry, at the beginning of its turn.
Yeah, I'm just gonna shoot it with a crossbow bolt.
All right, that definitely hits. So, kind of peeking around this now rotund looking image of the house owner that is in front of you, you manage to trick shot around him, and the bolt releases and bounces off a mirror in the hallway, bounces to the other side of the hall, bounces off another window, and strikes the carpet from behind.
Dude, that was badass.
So go ahead and roll damage for me.
9 damage.
Nice. Okay. Alright, Abaddon, it is your turn, sir.
Okay, I'm still crawling on the floor. I'm gonna keep crawling away.
I'm
as much
sorry,
as I can, like down the...
I checked it, and it's your movement to get up, not your action, I believe.
It's half your movement.
Half your movement, thank you.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna get up then.
Okay, so you're standing.
And then continue to like go down, and I'm gonna fucking point my finger at that stupid rug, and I'm gonna cast a firebolt.
Okay.
And hopefully hit, because I want to dip. 20.
20, that definitely hits as well. So getting up, you are exhausted, but with the last remaining bits of your strength, you were able to manifest probably one of the most perfect looking fireballs you've made yet in front of the rest of your comrades. And firing that off, it strikes the rug and joins with the flame that Maximus has already set.
Well, there's Abaddon.
4 damage. Hello.
Okay.
Yeah, how far does that get me down the hallway? Does it get me through the door?
To the study or to the master bedroom?
To the study.
And what's your movement?
To the study. 30.
30, so 15, so 5, 10, 15 will get you right in the study.
kind of like start going to.
Oh, and I'm sorry, did you give
door.
me the damage for the rug?
4.
4, thank you. Okay. So yeah, you are able to stagger your way in there. Alrighty.
So is it burning twice now?
It's whatever the flame damage that you just did to it from the fireball. Does the spell say anything about it taking additional damage every time
Well,
it has a
says
turn?
that it ignites flammable objects.
So it's already on fire, so it's gonna be taking fire damage regardless from Maximus.
Fair.
So I don't think that would double up the no. I did that because he didn't use a spell as well. It was like he used an actual flame to light it on fire, so I was trying to give it a little something.
Oh no, you're good. I was just something to think about maybe. No, I was ready for the letdown. You know what I mean?
Well, thank you for asking, anyways.
Well, I have to at least. You gotta try, man.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Alright.
Fuck that rug.
So moving on, it is now the rug's turn. So when you get a chance, Maximus, if you can roll us a d4 to see how much damage it's taking.
2.
2? Okay. Okay, so and it is going to attempt to grab you again, but it's going to move... Oops. Sorry, give me 1 second. I'll just turn it on the brightness of this flame. It's a little hot for me.
Since I just went, I will be right back.
Sounds good. Okay, it's going to move 5 feet just to be directly in front of you, so hopefully this time it has no issues with grabbing you. 50. It rolls a 20, or not a natural 20, but a total of 20.
Yeah, that definitely hits.
Okay, so you are now incapacitated. Oh no, not incapacitated. You are grappled. You are restrained, blinded, and risk suffocation. Since the rug is also on fire, you take damage that the rug takes. So you need to roll a 1d4 for yourself for how much damage you are taking currently.
Yikes.
Okay, and with that, it is now your turn. Oh, and you're going to be taking damage as well from being strangled by him. At the start of the target's turn, target takes 2d6 plus 3 damage. So I will roll that while you figure out what you're doing.
2d6 plus 3?
Yep. So you take 10.
Dude, that's half my health. Like, straight.
I mean, I know Abaddon is not here, but he's down to 7, so I don't think you
I
have...
feel it, but like, I have a lot of health, and that was like half of a
Well,
lot.
you guys wanted...
Did you get got?
You guys wanted to be level 3, which means monsters are gonna get harder. So...
Don't you dare.
Did he get got?
Oh, yes, and he also took damage from the fact that the rug was on fire. So...
When I say I knew it. Trying to burn me alive. You knew that was gonna happen too. You knew. I'm just looking. I'm like, yeah, I like it. Yeah.
Okay, so Maximus, are you going to try to break free by doing trying to peel your way out from inside? So go ahead and roll a strength check for me.
16.
Okay, so you a little singed, but managed to use that little extra motivation to banana peel worm your way out the top of the rug, and you then fall down prone next to the rug from the top. Okay, so that is that. And technically you haven't used any of your movement, so you can use half of it to stand.
So I'm gonna stand.
Okay? And then you have, your movement was 30, so you have 15 more feet of movement.
Can I not get out?
If you try to go past the rug, it will get an attack of opportunity, which means it can try to grab you again.
Even if I back up, though, too.
Yep. I mean, currently you're not taking any additional damage from standing next to it, just my DM input, but you are free to do whatever you want.
That rug is messed up, bro.
So you gotta stay there, or you gotta move.
Yeah, I'll just stay here.
Okay. Alright, and now it is the armor's turn. And let me get his light turned on. Okay, so he is going to complete his movement of 5 feet up. Now he is on the landing upstairs. And he is going to... right behind our dear little sweet gnome. And he is going to go ahead and attack you.
Is this like magical armor?
I don't know. Did you?
Okay.
You might need to find out. So that is 12 to hit.
Oh, that
Um,
misses.
That misses? Oh, okay. So, looking at this armor coming up behind you in the stair, as it reaches up to attack, its arms almost seem to get frozen in place as you notice that there is some rust over the jointed areas of this statue. Or, I'm sorry, suit of armor. So it is stuck mid-strike.
Well, that's good.
Yep. Okay, so that ends its turn. Alright, Filian, it is your turn.
So if I inspect it, can I still cast a spell on it?
I
Or
would
is that like my...
I would think so.
Okay, I want to inspect, like, see if there's a dude in there, or if apparently it's not obvious. So I gotta...
I mean, I don't know. Can you see what's inside of a suit of armor? Normally?
Well, you can usually make out like parts of like a person, but in this case,
It depends. I mean, honestly, it would depend on
The type of armor.
Type of armor.
Yeah.
But if it's a full suit of armor, you would not be really seeing a lot of the limbs of it from front facing. Rear facing, you would probably be able to catch the legs because
Those are more
rear
like
body is
chaps.
usually
The joints.
left
Yeah.
open. They're left open so that they're able to move. So it depends on how it's facing. If it's facing towards him, I would say it's not really that
facing.
obvious.
It's like, but if you want to roll, an investigation or check in the middle of combat, go ahead.
So it'd be investigation.
I mean-
okay.
Yeah.
Wait, hold on 1 second.
Dang it.
I am going to not do that because I'm assuming it's not a person. Given, yeah, I'm assuming it's not. Yeah. I want to move down, like, to the corner of the rug.
Okay.
3 squares down.
5, 10 feet.
15, like down to the corner, by the corner of it.
Okay. 15.
And I'm like, yeah.
Wouldn't that be moving away from him, past him?
That is moving by, so it would have an attack of opportunity when you're here. So, let's see if it gets you or not. 14.
Oh, it got me.
What's that? What's that?
Does it beat your armor class?
My armor's 16.
So no, it does not. So you can continue your movement. So as you pass by, it notices you, turns and tries to wrap itself, but when it constricts, it finds nothing there. You've made your way past the burning rug.
Yo, Rug, you don't notice me? You don't recognize me? Your owner? Anyways, to everybody else in the house, it's me, the owner of the house. I'm back.
Can you go ahead and roll a persuasion check, please?
Sure, I'll do that. I got 18 plus 5, 23.
The rug kind of stops and it doesn't have eyes, so it just kind of like cocks the corner of its top two tassels to the side and like a what? And it just kind of stays there. It's not really sure.
Alright, so can I do an attack and a spell, or just one?
It's gonna be one.
Okay. Yo, this better be worth it. I'm gonna cast, oh, I got a new spell. What's this one? Oh, it's the same one. I'm gonna cast a healing word on, Abaddon.
Okay, go ahead and
I just reach out my hand. I'm like, oh, God.
And I just, lightning bolt shoots out my finger. Which one do I use, though? I have two, and they have different things.
well, it depends on which spell slot you're using. So if you use it at a lower spell slot, it's gonna be the lesser amount of dice, and if it's gonna be the higher spell slot, you get more dice.
Okay.
So you gotta pick
I
at which
already have-
level you're casting it.
I have 2 used in the first level. No, I have 3 used. This guy's. The second level, I guess. I'll use that one. And it's a 2d4. I got 4 plus 3 plus 3, 10.
So a total of 10?
Yeah.
Okay.
2d4 plus 3.
Excuse me, guys.
Bro, I'm like soaking in the. I'm soaking.
So as Filian
rays, I'm like, oh my God.
passes by the rug, he holds out his fingers, and blue glitter dust travels down the hallway
No,
towards.
it's lightning bolts. Blue lightning. Odin, come on now.
I mean, you keep telling people it's lightning bolts, but it kind of looks like some glitter. But it
You
drifts
can
down
reach
to Abaddon, and an electrical energy passes through him and dissipates through the floor as he is healed 10 points.
What the hell is that?
Yeah.
Okay.
What?
All right. Now it's Evan's turn.
I'm taking in all the dust.
So Evan shakes his head after looking at the ground floor window and just thought I had a better chance there. And this time he takes his axe and he uses it as a climbing pickaxe and hooks it onto the windowsill. And he's gonna attempt to hoist himself up this time instead of trying to run and jump through the window. And he is gonna go ahead and do another athletics check. Alright, he has no issue. He hoists himself through and over the other side, and he is inside, and he's going to start working his way up these stairs. And he has 5, 10, 15, 20. He is now on the second story. And he is going to attack this armor with his great axe. So he comes up the stairs and he sees the armor standing there, and he goes and does a down upward swing with this great axe. And let's see if he can hit him. And that definitely hits. Okay. And he does 13 points of damage. Jesus.
Takes him out to me.
Wait, he doesn't have these. I ain't got no knees.
Okay. Alright, and that ends his turn. Great. Fenris, you are on the other side of this armor, and Evan is on the other side of that.
Uh-huh. So,
And real quick, how long does inspiration or blessed last?
it only lasts, inspiration
8
only
hours.
lasts like 10 minutes.
Okay, so that's gone.
Oh, inspiration lasts 8 hours.
Sure about that?
I'm pretty sure we talked about the blessed only lasting 10 last
I think that-
session. But
Bardic inspiration for 10 minutes. The creature can add it to one ability check, attack roll, or saving throw.
so see, I was blessed. Kusto blessed me.
Oh, well,
Was
blessed
it,
is different than
That's what
inspiration.
I'm saying. Like, yeah.
Was it blessed then?
It was
that-
blessed,
that
yeah.
what you're
That's
talking
what's
about?
on him.
Oh, okay. That's,
So,
that's
but
okay.
Husto, how long does blessed last on him?
1 hour.
You guys have been at this for at least, an hour and a half now.
No, what?
You guys stole the thing and you've been fighting.
Wait,
Yeah, but each turn is only technically like full rotation.
But the whole time that you've been in there, you've been blessed. You were blessed before you entered the building.
were you blessed? Wait, when did you get blessed?
Last session outside before you
Before
guys
he
went
went in.
inside.
Right before we came in.
Dexterity. Check.
So if it's an hour, I just figured we haven't been in here for an hour.
Getting up the tree, going and looking through all the rooms, finding the earrings, coming out, getting attacked.
Well, we only got like onto the yeah, I guess. I don't know, that whole fiasco with the door I could see. Cuz that was a fucking fiasco if you ask me. Like I'm just saying like we lit the door on fire, then we got to put the door out and we were searching inside and we were searching in the rooms. I mean, I guess I could
Pretty much
see maybe
catch
right now.
everything on fire.
Pretty much. Wait, I'm a hell yeah, I'm Abaddon, man. That's what I do.
Even I'm catching things. on fire.
Okay, so
You-
that's
yeah,
taken
you're
care
fine,
of.
right?
It's still Fenris's turn, so let's get back to that.
So, I think seeing the armor there, I'm going to end up just booking it, and I'm going to double my movement to just take off around the corner.
Okay, so when you move, he gets an attack of opportunity.
He hasn't had one since his last turn. Big one on,
He did an attack on, no, he tried to attack you, and then, the thing that attacked Fillion was the rug.
okay.
So, it has not had an attack of opportunity yet.
Oh man, you're so tough, boy.
17.
Oh yeah, that hit.
21.
Oh my goodness. Okay.
So that was just the, to hit, and damage is going to be 3 points. Again, with him being arrested, he's not able to swing to its full potential. Okay, so where are you going?
Does the opportunity attack stop movement?
I'd have to look that up. I don't think it does. I think it's just if it's an attack of opportunity. It does it as you're slipping by, pretty much.
Maybe if the attack itself does
Like-
something that
Like
would,
if it grabbed
cause
you
to,
or grappled you, then yes.
Yeah.
But I don't think this would.
So I'm gonna go taking off around the corner, and when I see Abaddon at the open door, I'm gonna be like, Abaddon! And I'm gonna go and I'm gonna run and I'm gonna duck behind him.
So okay, so he doesn't get another attack of opportunity because he already did it.
I'll be like, "What's up, little buddy?"
And boop, there you go. You're between Abaddon and the bookcase.
And
I feel it.
yeah. Can I actually go to the other square back to the left a little bit?
There.
And then does that chest have anything in it?
It was already searched. It's open. And there's nothing in it.
Just peek in. Oh, there's nothing there. Okay. So I'll
Okay.
just sit here and wait.
All right, Abaddon, you are up.
I look at him and I'm like, dude, that rug, man. Oh, I had to get away from that thing. So yeah, okay, so. Like, chilling on the door, you know, like trying to think, looking at this rug, and I'm like, oh, man, I really want this thing to die. So I point my finger at it and I fire another firebolt. Because hopefully the fire just is enough to just destroy this thing, man. Hoping the flames will go greater. 21.
All right, natural 20 or no?
No.
Okay.
I have a +6.
So, reaching around the door, you brace yourself on the charred door frame and release the firebolt at the rug, and it joins the already burning tapestry. It is small bits of it are starting to slough off onto the ground. What's your damage?
Max damage 10.
Nice. Okay.
I rolled a 0, and I was like, wait, that's not even possible. And, then I was
And
like,
you
oh, wait,
remembered
it's
that's the 10, yeah. Okay.
So I was like, yeah.
Nice job. Okay, any movement from you?
I'm gonna kind of like, so I'm gonna duck behind the little wall right there, like against the bookcase.
Okay.
And I'm just gonna like lean back against it and be like, where you been, man? Jeez.
Okay.
Making friends. And I chuckle to myself.
Alright, so
Oh, I see.
it is the rug's turn now, and it's gonna go ahead and turn and try to attack Filion. Because it blasted damage to him. 17.
Dang, my AC is 16.
Alright, so you are now grappled, restrained, blinded, and you risk suffocation. And since the rug is still on fire from Maximus setting it on fire, Maximus, if you would please do a 1d4, please.
3.
Alright, so 3 points of damage. Okay, and it's going to go ahead and do its damage to you as well. 2, 5, 8 points of damage. Additional. Okay, and that ends its turn. Maximus, you watched as this rug slithered across the floor, on fire, twirl in a whirlwind of flame around Filion, and he is now encapsulated within this rug.
This is the strongest rug ever. On fire, doing all this shit.
It's Persian.
So it's got him wrapped up like it did Abaddon earlier.
Yep. Give me 2 seconds, guys. I gotta let the dog out real quick.
Oh, did the rug get you now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's got-
How much damage did you take from it?
11.
Oh my god!
Yeah, it's hard.
Okay, so,
Yeah,
yeah,
you guys
Maximus,
can
what are
set
you
on
doing?
fire.
Okay, so
Don't look at me!
I'm gonna run over there to Filion, but as I'm doing that, I'm gonna throw Hexblade's Curse on him, onto the rug.
Okay.
Like that curses Filion at the same time.
I mean, technically, it's on him. They're both They both would be within that curse. So if either or dies,
Don't even. I'm cursing a rug.
yeah, but anything inside the rug is considered part of the rug right now.
But
I choose
but
one
if the
creature you can see within.
Yeah,
the
they're one creature right now.
They're not one. He's got him subdued. That, do what you will.
I could see it as like a, because it's an aura, right?
No, it's a great curse. I'm cursing one creature.
So you're technically cursing the rug, but because he's inside of the rug, he's part of the curse right now. If they were to separate, then Fillion would not be cursed. But because they are he's in. It's like if you eat a fish, the fish is now part of you. He's like essentially has eaten him, but he just doesn't have a mouth.
And I'll live with it.
Well, once the rug is detached,
Then
from
Fillion is no
it-
longer cursed.
yeah, he's not under the curse
So
because it
I
is
was going to
selected
use,
towards just that one creature.
I'm gonna use action surge, and I roll over to him. So I get pretty much 2 actions this turn.
Okay.
So the
2
first one
attacks
I
or 2
do-
actions?
2 actions.
Okay.
So the first one I'm gonna try to strength check that thing off of Fillion.
Okay.
Cool. That's cool.
14.
Okay, you were able to rip the burning, tattered bits of the rug off of Fillion, who, once released, gasped for air as he was just wearing the tightest corset he has ever had on in his life.
Can I like kind of throw something?
You want to do what?
Can I like, as I take it, like rip it off of him? Can I like kind of throw it away from him so he can catch his breath or whatever?
I'm not too sure, Ryan. I mean, that would count as your second action.
Well, no, I mean, I'm like,
you're
as
kind
I'm
of like
pulling
taking it off anyway. He would just
Like-
go back to being 5 feet away like it was. You don't really need to
Right.
throw him
Right.
off.
That's
Takes it off
Yeah,
and throws it back on
I
me.
think
Oh
it's like-
shit!
it's like they would separate.
Yeah. So
So
Fillion
in
is
this
now on the
instance,
ground
since he's taken
prone.
it off- Yeah.
Because taking it off is an action, it's another action to throw it, just like it is to throw a weapon. So it's off.
Fucking, ooh.
Man, how many hit points does this thing have?
Alright. I'm gonna shoot this guy, dude.
Oh. Okay, go ahead.
Uh oh.
Did we lose Mike or something?
No.
Oh.
Alright, well, you're
No,
shooting
you
him,
say
so
you're gonna shoot it.
Okay, well, yeah.
we're waiting.
I thought you froze up, man, because you didn't move.
Alright, well,
He was waiting.
27.
That definitely hits. So after pulling it off, you kind of like put a boot on it and smush it down to the floor and hold it in place. And you pull out Oathbreaker and you,
Like Hudson from Aliens.
yeah. And you fire upon the rug at almost point blank. What's your damage, sir? How would you like to do this?
Oh man.
Thank you.
Like I said, I like, like as I ripped it off of Fillion, and there's that there's a stair set, right? So I'm assuming there's like kind of like a board or something, there. I put my foot against it or whatever, and like I said, I shoot it like Hudson from Aliens, like pow, and just take it out right there. I mean, I don't know where you would shoot a rug to kill it, but I'm just gonna cap its ass right there.
Okay.
right in its rug.
So you go ahead and do you have any final words for the rug?
Oh man. Fuck no. Just, is it like fucking?
All right. So pointing Oathbreaker at him, you stand over him, looking at this inanimate object that has put you and your compatriots through such a troubling ordeal, and at the last second, you just look up and lock eyes with Fillion and pull the trigger. And the rug thrashes.
I wink at him.
The rug thrashes in spasms as it disintegrates into a pile of burning fabric and tassel and lace upon the floor. Okay.
Yay.
Alright, so it is the armor's turn, and it is going to ignore Evan and continue forward.
I end up gaining health from.
Yes, give me 1 second and we can get your health in.
5
Okay.
health.
Okay. And that's its movement. So, Fillion, it is your turn. I'm just going to go ahead and hide the rug from view from now, guys. I'll put it back up when you clear the room.
I'm gonna go ahead and just remove my disguise. Because obviously it isn't working. And then I'm gonna heal myself with the healing word. And I rolled 5.
Okay. Any movement from you?
Yeah, I'm gonna move, like, right next to Max.
Like occupying the space where the rug was?
Next to that, yeah.
Okay.
So, like, right below him.
Right there?
Yeah.
Okay. Alright. It is Eben's turn. Eben's gonna be kind of confused. He's never had an enemy straight up ignore him before, so still raging. He's going to rush forward as fast as his little dwarf feet can carry him. 5, 10, 15, and he is going to go ahead and do another attack on this animated armor. And that hits. Yep, that definitely hits. So this time he takes an overhead approach with his axe and brings it down upon where the shoulder blade of the wearer should be. And he's going to do...
He doesn't get an opportunity attack first?
He just ran up behind this
No.
dude.
Yeah, he went up behind. He wasn't passing by him.
He ran up behind the suit of armor. And the
okay.
armor was already too far away from Eben to cause
do
that.
it,
Yeah.
anything.
Yep, so 14 points of damage. Geez, a little dwarf dude is strong. Okay. And Fenris, it is your turn.
Okay. And I'm going to turn to Abaddon and I'm going to say, hey man, there's a giant suit of armor coming up. Watch out. You're going to need this. And so I grab him and I say, heal! And I cast a 2nd level Cure Wounds on him. So
Gangster.
whoa. Damn it. 6. Oh, man, I rolled a 1 and a 2.
Despite his
You know what's funny? That
Fen-
actually puts me at full health.
Oh,
yeah,
cool.
'cause I healed them already.
So despite the over enthusiasm that Fenris struck the chord with, Abaddon still received enough of a boost to make him feel full again, or whole again. Okay, and
Okay.
Abaddon, it is your turn.
Oh, no, I'm not done yet.
Oh, sorry.
I'm gonna kind of peek my head around the corner, loot in hand, and then I'm going to say, "Heal, my friend. We need you to fight until the end." And I cast Healing Word of the 2nd level, and that is the last of my level 2 spell slots.
Who do you
Onto
who do you
you.
pass? Who's that on?
3 to Maximus. Oop. Okay, cool. You heal for 9.
Oh, fuck me, bro. Thank you, sir.
And then I'm gonna pop back and hide behind Abaddon again, since that's like my normal place.
All right,
That puts me at maximum health too. Right at.
nice. All right, and with that, it is now Abaddon's turn.
All right, so getting this heal, I'm just pumping now because the rug almost like killed me, and then now I'm all like, oh yeah, now I'm ready, and he's telling me about the armor, so I still can't see the armor.
Yeah, even if you pop out, you probably wouldn't.
Okay, so what I'm gonna do, gotta go to my spell list here. Okay, I'm going to cast I'm gonna cast 2nd level magic missile.
Okay.
Don't you have to be able to
I'm
see the
gonna
target?
No, it's just a target within range. Oh, you can see within range.
Okay, yeah.
So I can't see him. Right.
No, so that
You
wouldn't
know
work.
he's there, but you can't actually see him.
yeah.
It sucks.
Oh man. Darn. Actually, I just start moving, honestly.
Okay.
I'm gonna move out the door, down the hall.
20.
Uh,
And those
How much
both of
farther
those
can I
spaces
go?
in front of you, that's 20, but both these guys each occupy a 5-foot square. So
Yeah,
I don't-
the
can I
wall as
see
well.
that armor?
I
Can I see
mean,
that armor now?
I would say
It would be like as
so.
full
You
coverage
could,
as you could get.
yeah, it's still under quite a bit of coverage right now. There's like maybe like a toe sticking out.
But that's the thing is like, magic missile. It's not something that has like a. It's not like you have to make an attack for it or anything, or there's no save for it either. You know,
Yeah.
it's just a creature that you can see. So the question is can I see it?
Curve it around the corner.
He has to see it though in order to
I mean,
cast.
it is supposed to be like kind of homing, so maybe.
Yeah, and that's my point. So like I see
So
it, so
how
like
about
I shoot it out.
how about this? Let me see. I'm gonna have you do a roll to see how well if you're able to see him, and then we'll go off of that.
all about it? What's
Okay.
that?
Did he ask one of us for a call out?
I'll
Perception.
just roll odd or even. Shit.
Yeah, let's do that. Let's go ahead and roll a d4 and odd or even it, or a d6 is fine too. Just do a d6.
So what? Even you can see him. Odd you can't.
Yep.
I'm just gonna prepare myself for this armor that I know is coming around the corner.
Okay.
Yeah, that's all I'm gonna do.
So you're gonna mentally prepare yourself. All right, dude's coming around. I'm gonna fucking light him on
Well,
fire.
so,
like.
what is it? What is you can spend your action as a.
You can ready a spell. You can ready a spell for that when he comes another 5 feet forward into view to cast it. That is doable.
Oh, you can do that with spells too, not just attacks?
I'm pretty sure, but if
would
he
be
doesn't, but he has to be specific. So he has to say what the conditions are for the spell to release. And if those conditions don't happen, then the spell is just wasted. So
fair, because otherwise he's focusing on the wrong thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I like that. That's cool.
Okay. All right. I like that too. That's actually nice. All right. So, how about this? I will do this then. I will cast level 1 magic missile as a prepared for when he
At
comes
the
on
ready.
that one. At the ready.
for when he does what?
When he comes
View?
around the corner, when he comes into view, because I know
Okay.
he's
So when he moves
coming,
another 5 feet forward into view, then you will cast that.
cast magic missile.
Okay. Sounds good. Okay. And Maximus, it's your turn. And how many bullets have you used or have spent total so far?
I have 3 in the
Chamber.
chamber.
Okay.
3 in the gun. 2 in my magazine, 1 in the chamber. Still have.
It's an automatic.
No, it's not.
It's kind of like a revolver. Anyway, I'm gonna shoot that guy. 24.
And that hits, yes.
Okay. Five damage. Bad. Terrible.
So you shoot the around the corner at the armor, and you strike it in the chest plate, and you can see the metal that had crumpled inwards as this rusted piece of armor is hollow on the inside. You gotta do any
That's not
movement?
cheap or anything. Yeah, I think I'm gonna back up
Run away!
like probably 10 feet up till that wall that kind of separates the
The little
Yeah,
entryway to the master. Okay.
yeah.
All right.
Yeah,
So,
make sure you block me.
all right.
I'm not blocking anybody at the moment.
Continuing with its one directional movement of going forward, it is going to go ahead and move forward towards its closest target. So, and that triggers. Yep. And when that happens, the magic missile erupts from Abaddon's loins in the direction of the animated armor. And what? Go ahead and roll to hit. Or is it automatically hit?
It's kind of a
It automatically.
Okay.
magic
Sorry,
missile.
I was double checking with that. Yep.
7 damage.
How do you want to do this with your magic thrust?
So like I prepare myself, to watch him coming because Fenris told me, and I'm just standing there. When I see him, I just like force my hand out, but like open palm it,
Mm-hmm.
and the 3 little magic missile darts like appear and I hit it like just like shoulder, and then like I hit his head, and I knock his head off, his helmet off. You know, so
You just strike a little pose there. Nice.
yeah,
All right. So,
look real heroic.
all so far as you know it, the two attacking creatures are now no longer with us,
Oh, sweet.
and the house again falls quiet.
Oh, thank God. And I turn and I see that I'm next to a bookcase. And do I find anything cool in the bookcase? Particularly like spells or music or something?
You can go ahead and roll for investigation, but it was searched already.
I got a flesh book out of it.
Ew.
Yeah, it was pretty
Investigation?
Cool. Really close.
Yep.
10.
Looking at this, it seems to be just a lot of like papers and not anything you really deem valuable or for exactly what you're looking for. There
I'm
are
just
there are
gonna
some nicer looking pieces of paper that would make wonderful something nice to write songs on, but other than that, there doesn't look like there's anything that you were looking for.
I want to head
shrug
downstairs.
and move on.
I will follow.
Okay. So you guys head back down the stairs to the main floor.
Yes.
I'm gonna go out the tree.
Okay.
I don't like this place, so I'm trying to get out as fast as possible.
Okay. So you go back to the window and go ahead and, make your athletics check to see if you can monkey your way onto that tree from the ledge.
Okay. Athletics?
Yep.
14.
Yeah, you manage to thrust yourself out of that window hard enough to land within the branches, and then shimmy your way on down the tree.
Nobles and their stupid magic stuff. Why can't they just use a lock like normal people?
Oh, the door was locked.
I want to like stop at the bottom of the stairs and do like an investigation for more magical things. if I
Okay.
can.
I'm gonna switch the screen back to the map one because I thought you guys were ready. That was my bad. Okay. So let me move your guy downstairs. So Fenris, you are outside downstairs. So I'm gonna move you down. And then Lillian, you made your way downstairs. Did you go all to the bottom of the stairs?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. And what are you doing? You're gonna just listen. You're gonna look. Like, what are you doing?
No, I don't know. I just want to. I guess I'll. Can I do both? Can I listen and look?
Sure. Go ahead and roll a survival check for me.
Survival, dang it, doesn't. No, it doesn't matter. 15.
You listen and and look around and you don't see anything else moving. The house is all quiet.
Okay. How far did I move?
You move. Well, right now you're not in combat, so you're fine.
Oh. I want to move to the end of the hall to see what's down at the end.
Oops.
I'm blind!
Sorry.
Okay.
I had to turn on your. So down at the end, you pass two doors.
Nothing there.
No, there's nothing there.
Sorry. Let's go into the next room.
What is
Close to
everyone
fun.
else doing right now?
I'd like to keep watch.
Okay.
Probably make a song happen if I see anybody coming.
Okay. So Maximus and Abaddon, what are you doing? Evan is also gonna go outside.
Is there any?
Oh, no, you go.
I was just gonna maybe take a look at that suit of armor, just to see if there's anything that like maybe was animating it.
Go ahead and do an Arcana check for me.
I mean, is any of that stuff usable as armor? I guess Rusty's probably not.
Cave in.
Oh, 20.
Looking inside, there is an incantation that was etched into the metal, but unfortunately, it is not salvageable in terms of like reading or tracing the whole spell, as your bullet had pierced where the inscription was.
I want to go back upstairs. Suddenly.
Trying to talk to the dog, guys. Sorry about that.
Chloe, come here.
Okay. So, what were you doing, Fillion?
I'm gonna come back upstairs. Suddenly, for an unexplained reason.
Okay. Abaddon, what were you doing? I know we cut you off there.
I was going to, I was gonna go downstairs.
Sorry,
and,
that was an
like,
awkward
as
view.
I see-
My leg cramped.
As I see Fenris, on the tree,
Oh, he's
like-
down the tree, but yeah.
Oh, you're down the tree?
Yeah, he's already down.
He's going down the tree, okay.
Yeah.
No, never mind. Well, continue to go down. Wanted to go explore.
Downstairs?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so I'm gonna have you wait. I'm gonna figure out what everyone else is doing upstairs, and I'm gonna come back to you. Okay. Maximus and Fillion, what are you doing?
I'm gonna go to that suit of armor and be like, "Hey, Maximus, did you find anything here?"
Oh, nothing usable.
Well, let me see. So I kneel down to the armor and I use my spell of mending on it.
Okay.
It's usable now.
So you do heal the shattered point in the armor, but it does not restore the spell
Dang it.
that was upon it, because that was put in secondary to the forging of the metal. The armor is one piece again, but it is still rusted.
I'm gonna take that armor then.
Nice try, cleric. Well, I mean,
No
full
magic.
armor.
It's not strong enough. Let's check out that rug. Maybe it has magical ashes.
Okay.
You
I'm
might
gonna
want to just get out of here. See what you gotta do.
Okay, I'm gonna go back down to Abaddon. So Abaddon, what are you doing?
I wanted to go into that dining area and search that bookcase.
Okay.
We don't have the earrings yet?
No, you guys have them.
No, we do.
So
Who's
there.
got 'em?
I got him.
Can you get the hell out of there?
So you go to the door, and it's locked.
Oh,
Dang. Tweak.
burn it down. All right. Well, I go back upstairs and I go out. I'm gonna get out of here.
Okay, I'm just
I
gonna
don't
move you
wanna
straight
waste any
outside.
more time.
Okay. Maximus.
Yeah, I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm gonna run out.
Okay, for posterity's sake, I'm gonna just move you guys outside Maximus without making you roll.
That's great. Because I probably would have just ran downstairs and jumped out the bottom window.
Okay, and Fillion, are
I
you
guess
in?
that would have been.
Are
Yeah,
you?
can I search that thing?
Yeah, go ahead and do an investigation.
14.
Sifting through the particles of animal hair and fibers and ash, you're not really finding anything of use. I mean, other than just ash itself as a component.
Nah, I'm gonna jump out that window.
Okay. Okay. Alright, we're done with the map for now. Okay, so you guys made your way outside. In the distance, you do hear the sound of a guard approaching. What do you guys do?
I'm gone.
So we just hear.
You hear the boots on the cobblestone in the distance getting louder, and you can also see a lantern.
I disappear into the darkness with 16 to stealth.
Nice.
Okay, so hope this works out for me. I'm gonna cast disguise, and I'm gonna disguise myself as that guard that I did a full view inspection of last session. And I'm going to walk out onto the cobblestone and walk down the road towards the guard.
Okay, so you make your way over. The guard sees you approaching and just kind of gives you a nod, and he continues.
Yeah, and I give him a nod, and I just walk like I'm also doing my rounds, but I'm just going towards the exit.
Just act casual.
So you're gone. You're out of there. You're through the. You're just
Yeah.
casually strolling out. Fenris, you are hidden, but still there, and the rest of you guys, what are you doing? Evan's just kind of like,
I'm as fast as I can.
Okay, so you darted off. Which way
Yeah,
are you going? Are you heading?
I'm going back to my lady friend over at the what's it called?
So you have to go back through the gate that has 2 guards with it. So how are you gonna get through there?
I can't. There isn't a fence or something I can climb over.
It's
somewhere
too
else?
tall for you. There was a mention of a hidden passageway that you guys were told about.
There's no like watchtowers or anything at the gate.
No, this is like a gate, and so the entire city is walled in, and this is like a gated community inside the walled-in city.
Right, I feel it. I just thought, gates and walls at those times usually had like some type of like.
They have 2 guards posted at the front of the gate, and then they have people patrolling inside.
This is like a gate inside of a town. It's not like a wall that.
It's not like outside of a fort or something.
Surrounding the town.
On the map, it looked like it was like made of stone and shit. And it looked like.
Well, towns inside or walls inside of towns can be made out of anything, but this is not like a fort, so it doesn't have like somebody up high looking out over the city. It just has people posted in the city.
Being able to get onto the wall.
No, there was no trees too close to the wall for you to climb up. There was no scaffolding. This is just a wall that is taller than you. There's the gate or there's the secret passageway.
Yeah, if Abaddon had.
I'm
waited,
sorry with being a little hard about that because we went over that last session. So I'm just.
Straight Star Wars style.
So yeah, I'm definitely making my way over to that secret spot,
Okay.
that secret entranceway.
Yeah, I'm gonna follow.
So, like,
I'm gonna
Is
follow.
escape.
So everyone that's going with Fenris needs to also make a stealth check.
3.
18.
What did you get?
A 3.
So Maximus and Fenris make it to the secret passageway and pass out of it without issue, because you guys were given a key to the secret passageway, because the representative from the Dune Dragon clan had given you guys the key and the map of where it was located. Filion, on your way, you get kind of stuck. It wasn't made for somebody that had such voluptuous robes. Um, so the corner of your robe gets wedged in this crack in the wall, and you kind of are pulling on it, and it tears just a little bit as you make your way out. But other than that, you've all made it out of.
Touch an ending.
Do you have another spell slot?
It's a cantrip.
Okay. So you all have made your. Evan had tagged along with you guys. You've all made your way out successfully, retrieving the item. All that's left to do is to return it to Cold Dune Dragon. Time wise, it is around like 1 in the morning right now. So, what do you all want to do? I know 4 of you together. Abaddon, you made it out the front entrance. So what are you guys doing?
So I'm heading back to the Love Palace.
The House of Roses.
Yeah.
Who has the item?
Again, I do.
Are you at? Oh yeah. So. Okay.
Where are you right now?
You guys are together. Abaddon
Okay.
already went back to the House of Roses. Did you keep your disguise on all the way back?
I keep my disguise on until like I get out of the gate and I like turn to go like down that way, and I like look around, like make sure that no one's really paying attention. I just like unveil it, you know, like. Whoosh.
So you're back to
That's
Abaddon,
my-
strolling your way
My
inside.
beautiful tiefling self, yeah, and I walk into the, and that's how I go into the House of Roses.
Okay. And the rest of you guys, where are you going?
So Maximus, the dude is with, the Golden Dragon guy, right? The owner of the house. He's still with him. Maximus.
Sorry. Can you repeat the question?
What's the guy's name? Dune. The Dune Dragon General, the guy who gave us the mission, basically.
I love how you guys are like renaming people.
Huh?
I love how you guys are renaming people and giving them titles and shit.
Well, that's what I wrote down.
Dune
That's the name
Dragon
of the
General? Oh, that's
Isn't
the
that-
store, dude.
Oh, that's the name of the store. Oh, okay, yeah. General store. General Goods, okay.
His name was Talon.
Oh, is that his name?
No, that was the guy
Talon?
that told us where to go.
Either way, the dragon guy, is he with the owner of the house right now? Can we go straight there and give him the earrings?
You don't want to like get a nap in first or something, dude? Maybe get something to drink. Maybe. Huh?
Kind of do, but
I agree with the short
after all the trouble we went through, I kind of just want to be done with it and then do that. But all right,
Yeah, but
we can go back then.
it's like 1 in the morning.
Yeah, perfect time to
Gosh,
deliver stolen goods.
I like-
work.
Things during the day.
All right, let's go back then.
Alright, so you all, in your own fashion, make your way back to the House of Roses. There's a different person sitting at the front desk this time. It is not the tiefling that you had seen earlier in the night, but a older woman, human in appearance, who sees you enter and greets you, and double checks that you have already paid for your room, and just lets you go about your business from that point forward. There are
See the girl that escorted me to the gate?
no, you do not.
Hey,
I
since
just
I
find
don't see
clothes
the
and escort in, and then I just hop into her bosom.
So asking the woman at the front desk, she nods and knows which lady that you're looking for, and is also indicates that she is free and is not taking up for the evening. Are you wishing to buy her companionship for the night?
Sure, yeah, let's do that.
Okay. Okay, so that I am looking in the wrong place. Sorry, give me 1 second. For companionship, it is 2 silver pieces an hour or 2 gold pieces for the whole night.
Okay, for me.
Which one?
2 iodine slider, 2 gold pieces.
Nice. Okay, so you guys are in a shared room. Are you gonna want to get a separate room, or are you gonna rush up?
Wait. Who's he sharing his room with?
He's
I
you
thought we all
guys
had
you
separate
guys all got one room. You guys got one shared room because the lady at the
Oh.
the tiefling was asking you what type of room you want, and she, you guys said we'll just take a room that can fit this many people in it. So it's pretty much just like a room that has various love sacks and different pillows and different things in different areas.
Remember, we're saving up to fix a fucking boat. Boats are expensive.
I'm already in the room, because I cared not to talk to the lady since
The tiefling wasn't there.
My gorgeous tiefling wasn't there. I go and I just like prop myself up on one of the love sacks that's in the room, and I start reading my flesh book.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Hold on,
I'm already
but
doing
Fenris,
this.
are you just taking her back to the room that you're sharing, or are you getting your own room?
Oh yeah, no, I'll take her back to the shared room. I don't care.
Okay, so luckily the shared room did think ahead and did provide some dividing curtains. So if anyone would like to divide out their area, they're more than welcome to.
I see Fenris come in with this lady, and I'm like, ooh, that's spicy.
I
Don't mind me, I'm
decided
just
that the
reading.
pillows on the bed weren't soft enough.
Good man.
So yeah, so how many hours are you gonna spend reading the book before you go to sleep, Abaddon?
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to devote 3 hours to reading it, and then I'm going to take a short rest and get up early and read it again for another 3 hours. I won't take a long rest, but I'll take a short rest for it.
So you'll take exhaustion from that?
Wait, but that's what the short rest would be for.
But the short rest doesn't cover the amount of rest your character needs in a 24-hour period.
That's rude.
I'm sorry, I don't make the rules.
How much rest do you need a long rest in a 24-hour period?
Technically, yes. You can go without it, but you take a point of exhaustion. And it's 8 hours of sleep. Yeah, and it's 8 hours of sleep.
What is a point of exhaustion?
A point of exhaustion will affect your rolls. I can grab the roll book and read it from you, but if you can quickly explain it, well, I will off screen.
Oh boy, I don't have it memorized.
I don't either. I'm like, I haven't had to deal with that yet. Hold on.
Fine, late night, just say 3 hours and then long rest.
Wait a minute, you don't have trance as a tiefling?
No, that's elves.
You don't have that, huh?
Where I know how to spell. I think it would be under rest, not exhaustion. Anyways, we'll just go for that, and I'll look at the break. But since I didn't have that knowledge prepared, I'll say you're fine to do the 3 hours and then still get your full 8 hour of rest. You guys might just be waking up a little bit later in the day the next morning.
I would definitely be waking up later in the day. Maybe like 12.
Okay. So who else needs to do stuff this evening?
I wanna.
Can't hear you.
Am I muted? No, I'm not muted.
No, I can hear you.
Yeah, I hear her.
Can't.
That is not me.
Can you hear any of us? You can't hear any of us.
What?
can you
Maximus
hear
is
me?
having issues hearing.
Mike sucks.
Okay, so
Alright.
while we're waiting for him to come back, does anyone else need
Uh,
to do anything this evening?
I do. I want to ask the lady at the front desk if there's any way to secure my goods.
Yes. Excuse me. Yes, there is, good sir. We have a safe at the establishment. We can have, depending on how much space you need, you could rent out your own safe, or you can add valuables to the shared safe.
Well, I just want to store my armor. The suit of armor, or whatever armor I picked up.
Okay.
So how much room do I need for that?
So you pull
And
it
all
out.
my other stuff too, really.
So you're putting everything. So seeing the amount of items that you're pulling out, she strongly suggests that you should just rent your own safe for the evening.
How much is that?
That is going to be 1 gold.
All right, I'm gonna slide a gold piece over here.
Okay. So she.
And then, yep.
She goes ahead and takes that coin and claps her hands, and a younger, like 18, 19-year-old boy, sorry, comes in and starts gathering your things and taking them to the back, where you can see through the door that there is this wall just lined with different sized safes, and he finds one that'll fit your items and puts them in there gently.
Nice. All right, so I'm gonna use my last healing word, my first level healing word, on myself, and then now that I'm stripped naked, I'm gonna go to bed.
Okay.
7. I know it doesn't matter because I'm gonna go to bed, but I'd rather just do it.
Okay.
Full health. Nice. That's it. That's all I want to do.
Okay. So, I'm sorry, I'm just making a note on my log of how much time you guys are spending doing things.
I wanted to take the earrings and store them too, but
Maximus has those, so.
yeah, and he's deaf right now, so.
No, I'm back.
Oh, yo, where are you? Can I talk to him?
He's upstairs. I'm pretty sure he went up to the room.
I've got him secured. Don't worry about it.
Okay. I don't trust no hoes. Oh, I mean, so young lady live the night.
Damn, ruthless.
They're earrings. I mean, you know what happens. Guys pass out.
Well, I'm gonna spend an hour myself cleaning Oathbreaker, and I also want to read that unidentified scroll if I can.
Okay. So you are spending you're reading scroll. And you said 1 hour on that?
On cleaning Oathbreaker.
You might want to wake me up.
Okay. And then how much time are you just opening it up to look at it, or are you trying to dedicate time?
Yeah, I wanted to just try to
Okay.
read it.
So go ahead. You open it up, and the paper just seems full of weird squiggles and lines that you're not really familiar with. Yeah, so you just have a
Right,
paper
yeah, I'm
with a
just
bunch of
gonna
pretty
roll it.
stuff on it.
I'll roll it back up for now, and I will put it back into my pack and wait for a good time to.
Hey Maximus, do you think I could see those earrings for a minute?
You poking your head out from behind the curtain. You ask Maximus about the earrings.
Yo, I immediately wake up and be like, "Don't do it, bro. Don't do it."
I was about to say, I already told the cleric I'm not giving them to him. I'm gonna give them to you.
Well, I just wanted to see what they do real quick.
I just
They don't do
It's
shit.
a
They sit
dragon.
they sit in box until we give them to the guy. All right.
Yeah, but like, he's just not even gonna let me cast identify on it to see like
You can
what it
cast
is.
identify while they're in my hand.
Well, I have to touch them.
You
So
want
you
him
can
to
touch
touch
them
him
while
right
they're in
now?
my hand.
Sure. Yeah, I'm fine with that. I don't want to. I just want to see what they do. And so I want to sit there with him cross-legged, my hands over the earrings in his hands, and just focus on the ritual of identifying what magic is imbued in them, like what its properties are, does it require attunement, how many charges, and then I learn which spells are affecting it, and if the item was created by a spell, I can learn that spell.
I roll back over and say, maybe you should do this when the young lady is not with you.
Why? Because I'm the only one who knows. Like, nobody else is gonna know unless I say something.
It's up to Max.
Yeah, but I mean he's already doing it. Too
Oh,
late
is
now.
he? Oh, okay.
Well, he said he was doing it, so. And I'm like, whatever at this point. Like,
Sorry, I'm pulling up what it is so I can just send it to you.
Bowie, come here.
Okay. Give me a second. Sorry.
Come here. Re-up. Get up here.
Okay.
Stay right there.
So. I didn't have the description handy. I'm sorry. Bear with me.
It's alright.
There we go. There you go.
Ha ha ha. That's so cool. Was that an enchantment that made it do that?
That's the. I believe it's they. Yeah, they must be enchanted. I'm assuming. That's just the description I was able to find.
Okay, because it says if a spell was used to create this item, I can learn the spell. So does that mean I can learn how to enchant things like this?
Why don't you do a. What would that be called? I was gonna say do a tinker roll, but I was. It's not what I want to call it. Because you do know how to use your you have training in tinker tools, so you could kind of probably look at the earrings to see if there's something inscribed upon them that is causing this. So I'm just trying to think about how I would.
Well, and that's what I mean is this would tell me if it's like, if there's something etched in it that gives it its power, or if it's like the type of material that it's made out of.
I mean the material itself, it's based on a very beautiful set of earrings. So the earrings themselves do not seem to be, they're just a component needed. The earrings have a jewel on them that seems to be holding in a particular spell that is causing this to happen. So you could spend time to try to figure out if you could copy that spell.
Well, that's what it says.
Yeah.
If the item was created by a spell, you learn which spell created it.
Okay, so let me get back to you, because like I said, I didn't make this item. This is one that I borrowed from someone else.
Okay.
So I will make something up and get that to you before the next session.
Sounds like a plan.
Yes.
What do they do?
They're like a walkie-talkie. And I just assume that he would know what I'm talking about, and I turn around and I go back in, and I dive headfirst into a waiting bosom.
Okay. Anything else you guys want to do before you
What about
retire?
that compass? Can I Arcana check or something?
Sure,
The compass.
you can. So go ahead and roll.
Or technically, like an investigation.
Sure, you can do an investigation check.
So 16.
Alright, so you pull out this gold compass and
Bowie.
you hold it up and you turn in different directions, and it seems to be in working order. The needle continue to point north, while just, indicating which way is true north.
Yep. So it's just a regular compass.
From what you can tell, yes.
Okay. I'll just slip that back into my my bag then. And I'll stow the earrings and my stuff too. And rest.
Okay. So I have Maximus is asleep. Fenris, I'm assuming you'll go to sleep at some point. And then, so I still have Eben's already snoring. So I have, please mute your mic when you're talking to your pet. So I will assume that, now I have Abaddon that's still awake, and I have Filion that is awake.
I'm asleep.
Okay.
I went to sleep.
So Abaddon, you were, finishing your reading, and eventually, night wanes on you, and you find your slumber. And I'm gonna change the music. Okay. So, next morning, there's a soft knock at the door, and a maid lets herself in, carrying several platters of food. This seems to be the normal way things go for when you guys have paid for food and board. She leaves them at a table, not really looking around, kind of keeping her eyes down just in case, anyone's not clothed, and makes her way out. So at your leisure,
I'm assuming that I smell it as soon as it comes in.
Oh, yes.
Dad.
There's bacon and fresh soft-boiled eggs and fresh bread and fruits of various types.
And I'm just gonna stuff my mouth, grab handfuls, and then go back and lay on the bed. Just
And to your disappointment, your companion had slipped out at some point before you had to awaken. But
I like wake up with like the flesh book like on me because like I like fell asleep with it, and I smell the food. I'm like, oh, all right, yeah, okay, time to eat. All right.
Is it a short or a long rest?
that would be a long rest for everyone.
I'm gonna wake up and go downstairs and get my clothes.
Oh, your clothes. You walked upstairs naked? I missed that part. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I put everything in there.
Okay.
I wanted everything in there.
Again, it's somebody different manning the desk right now. It is.
I take everything out.
Yeah, that's easy enough. You give them the ticket, they get your items, they give them back to you, and the day is yours, gentlemen. What are you going to do?
I say it's time to go visit the dragon, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Take care of this business.
All right. So, making your way out of the House of Roses, you head back to the market square where you remember the general goods store is. Along your way, there's the smells of fresh cooked pastries of various types, different aromas fill the air as people are tucking into their own breakfasts as you make your way. Reaching the Dune Dragon General Goods, the doors are open, and it looks like they have recently opened and are just, making sure that all their wares are in place and are ready to start their business day.
Okay. So, did we cross the main town center, like
Yep.
the market square?
You're in the market square right now.
Okay. And what are the buildings exactly that I see?
So around you, there it is. Of course, you see the Dune Dragon's General Goods. There are buildings in various shapes and forms with different signs. Is there something in particular you're looking for? Because there's quite a number of shops around you.
I guess maybe magic shops, particularly like alchemy shops. Maybe a place where I can look at scrolls or instruments.
Okay. So
As
there is an Arcana shop called the Spears and Orbs that is located a little bit past the Dune Dragon General Goods. It's a blue building. And also for instruments, those sorts of things could definitely be come upon at the general goods store.
I also nudge towards Fenris, and I'm like, one of these there's a magical guild here too with a door that I honestly forgot how to get into, but I think I'm gonna go back over there and check it out.
Well, don't you have to do the whole turning in the earrings thing?
No, that was Max.
And you needed a key to get in there.
What the heck was that?
What the heck was
Sorry.
that?
And Abaddon, if you have a second, do you have more light in your room? You're getting dark. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Okay. So there's that shop that I was talking about. What else? So there's a mention of returning the earrings. Is that what you guys want to do right now?
Yeah, let's get that over
I
with.
don't want to do that since I didn't sign their little thing. I kind of want to be excluded from this. I'll help them whenever they do their little missions, but I don't want to go see him again.
I don't have a
So I'm gonna
choice.
go to the magic shop while they're doing that.
Okay. So 4 of you,
I'll go with them since I signed the contract.
the 4 of you are going to Cool Dune Dragon to turn in the earrings, and Fenris, you are going to make your way to the Spears and Orb shop. I'm going to go ahead and take care of you real quick, and then we will do the returning of the earrings, because that's a little bit longer. So you find your way to the store. There is a older gentleman in there kind of dusting and moving various objects around. He sees you come in and, oh, hello, good sir. What are you looking for today?
I say, hello, my good man. My name is Fenris, and I look for all things magical. I love magic. So much fun. Almost as fun as explosives, but I do love magic. What do you have on your way of magic potions, magic spells, incantations, things like that?
We have a little of this and a little bit of that. Is there a particular one you are looking for?
No, I'm just kind of browsing, just kind of window shopping.
Okay, so we have, of course, when I'm looking for that list. I can't find it, so we will go to Google. Okay. Alright, so, he pulls out, the first potion, and it is, the bottle contains a chunky liquid that is ivory in color. The container that it's encased in is, shaped from bone of what may be a human, or a humanoid creature, and glass. Now this potion is rather interesting. Anyone that drinks it will immediately know exactly one thing about a random person or somebody in the immediate vicinity.
That sounds extremely fun. But not particularly useful for what I'm looking for, but boy, that is interesting.
Okay.
How much are most of these potions that you're running anyway? I seem to be a little low on money.
Let's see. Potions. Potions are going to... Sorry, trying to pull up the right spot. Magic. So, potions are gonna run you anywhere from 50 to upwards of 1,000 gold, depending on which one you buy.
I assumed as much. Do you happen to know anywhere I could get some legitimate work?
Well, I know the Dune Dragons are always hiring. You could also try at the Merchants Guild. I know they have a job board of various postings.
Is that here in the main town square?
No, it's further, south, I'm sorry, it's further north, and you would have passed through this area on your way. You can't miss it. It's, composed of 4 very large buildings. It's where most of the guilds have their main halls.
So does he give me directions?
Yeah, he tells you would have passed through this area on your way to the market square. You kind of recognize what he's talking about. It's 4 distinct buildings.
Well, then I will thank him for his time, and I will leave, and I shall head over to the Dune Dragon General Store and kind of browse the shop as I'm waiting for my companions to finish up with their business. Yeah, I think that's it. For now.
Alright, so the 4 of you that have already made your way inside, you are again greeted by the familiar smells of various spices, cedar, and other various items for sale. And you see the same red-haired woman named Lena working behind the desk.
Hello. We have come to pay a coin to the dragon.
Oh, wonderful. We'd be so happy to take another installment of your payment. And again, she leads you back to the back room, goes through the motions of opening up the secret doorway, and doesn't lead you down this time, but more or less just motions for you to go ahead and go down. And she shuts the door behind you. There are torches on the stairwell as you make your way down, so nobody has to worry about tripping, but you all have dark sight as well. So making your way down, there's definitely less people in here than there was last time. Looking around, you see Cole sitting in one of the alcoves, and you hear the sound of giggling coming through the curtain that's hanging down in front of it. And we're going to go ahead and actually take our break right there because we are at a little bit over a halfway point. So we will go ahead and go into the interaction with you and Cole when we get back from a break. Okay, so we are back. And when we left off, you guys were making your way to see Cole Dune Dragon in the downstairs area. Yeah, so go ahead and get back into that. Alright, so you see him sitting across from the bar area in one of the alcoves. What do you all do?
I'll walk up. Can we sit down?
Oh, yes, I was wondering when I was gonna see you, men. And he, kind of does a shooing motion to the ladies that were keeping him company and sends them on their way and invites you to sit down. And he motions across the table from himself, indicating you should all have a seat and get comfortable.
Alright, take a seat then.
I just kind of like stand off to the side and I'm like kind of like just like fiddling, you know, kind of fiddling with his stuff, like, you know, like not really paying attention to anything, but like if there's like a plant there, I'm just kind of picking at the leaves, you know.
There's like a odds and ends left from other people that have been sitting there, so you find something to occupy your hands with.
I'm just standing there. Yeah, I'm just gonna stand there, just kind of like stuck with it, not even pay attention really, but pay attention, but not look like I'm paying attention. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I got you. So, were you successful?
Maybe.
He doesn't look amused. He's just kind of like, why are you wasting my fucking time?
We got what you wanted.
Yeah, we got it.
May I see the item?
Yeah, I pulled the box out, put it on the table, and slide it over to him.
He takes it, he inspects the box, and then he then opens it, finds that both earrings are in there and intact. He kind of cocks an eyebrow. He's like, it seems like somebody had quite an interest in these. Where is this person? I knew it couldn't have been any of you, or I would have known.
I thought it was you. You're the one that asked us to get it.
Yeah, like what? I mean,
I can still detect some magical aura upon these earrings, and I know none of you have the capabilities to do what this person did in learning secrets.
Hey, you never know, man. I'm a wizard, okay?
Fair enough.
I'm not quite sure what you're hinting at.
yeah, I was gonna. Is he sensing like?
What he's sensing is the magical residue left over from somebody inspecting this item.
Oh.
And he's inquiring because he knows it doesn't match any of yours. So he's
Look,
wondering,
man, you can
is
do
there
that?
somebody else?
That's scary.
Look, man, when I just like sat down, I'm like, you know, when I saw these earrings, they just, I don't know, they screamed at me, and I went, I had it appraised. All right, I had someone look at it, and they told me that it's some magical enchanted item that like, it's like walkie-talkies, man.
Interesting. Well, were there any other fruits of your adventure that I should know about?
A rug almost killed me.
Ah, yes.
Yeah,
we
thanks.
we did sell a item like that to this particular person.
Oh, so you knew about it, but you didn't feel like telling us. Okay, and I like, is there fruit on his table?
Fruit?
Yeah, or like food?
I mean, there's like leftover dishes from him eating breakfast, but nothing too.
Is there anything on them?
No.
That ruins that for me. I don't.
So much for your
like-
power move.
Yeah, right. I was gonna like eat his food, but never mind. There's no food on the freaking table.
I snagged a magical suit of armor that had nobody in it.
Interesting. I do recall we had something like that a few years back, but I'm interested where our patron would have gotten that, because he could not afford the pristine conditioned one that we had.
What would you be willing to buy this one off me?
I'm wondering, how did you incapacitate it? Because these are usually set to be security.
What
I
did you do?
put some magic missile darts into its face.
Oh, yeah, this guy.
So is it still moving by itself?
No, not really.
I don't know.
Not that I know of.
Well, I don't know if I have any use for such a broken item at this time, but there is a blacksmith in town that is always interested in buying scrap metal.
I figured you'd say that.
Well,
Sexy nerd.
Hey, actually, I have a quick question for you. You know that magical guild with the golden snake
Yes.
on the door? You know how to get into that place?
For the second time?
I was gonna say, didn't you
Second
ask him
time.
this?
I don't remember.
I told him
a
you
lot
need a
happened.
key, but
Right.
I don't think he believes
Now I
me.
remember. You see how much I pay attention, really. Do you have the key? Do you have a key?
I know of a key,
Once-
but this key only works for me.
I like your key.
So what's next? Now that we got your earrings.
Well, you guys did a wonderful job of bringing the item back.
Back.
The next thing that I have is we have noticed that there has been interruptions in our supply tunnel. If you're interested, I would have you go and explore and see what is doing these interruptions. Some of my men have returned injured, and other men have not returned at all. None of my regular staff are brave enough to go and explore, so I'm having to look elsewhere to get somebody to go and take care of this for me.
This the same tunnel that we left through?
No, this is another tunnel beneath. It connects to a waterway. But I do suggest, as I said, that I've had many men return injured, that you are stocked adequately before you are ready, or before you tell
So-
me you're ready to.
Is this more like a reconnaissance mission? Like we're gonna go and we're gonna check it out and tell you what's going on, or Like,
Either
do you want-
that would be preferred, but even more would be as if you could neutralize whatever is causing this disruption.
Do you know where I can get some enchanted robes for said mission?
Well, robes are not something that I carry here. You could check with Mendel's magnificent mending. Mendel is very talented. She does the smallest stitches you can imagine, and can repair almost anything. As
Okay.
long as it pertains to clothing. And she does carry a certain number of clothing items for sale, or you could have something commissioned.
Do you know where we can acquire such items at a 5-finger discount?
Well, usually 5-finger discounts require you to have done some sort of service for this individual. You could find out if she has anything either on the clearance rack or if she's...
No. I'm saying, do you know where we can steal some?
Stealing. I mean, there's always the the boarding house for the Magic Academy. I'm sure some of them have robes. You could either follow them when they go into town and take them, or obtain your own key and make
So
your
you're
way
telling us how to
inside.
steal from your own academy members?
They're not my academy members. I just help them put up the
Oh.
building.
Okay, just making sure. So that's not gonna happen. It's up to this guy, really. Have it up. He's the one that wants the ropes, and we're trying to save, so that'd be the best way.
Well, what are said details of this tunnel?
Oh, well, I have a man, when you're ready, that will lead you to the entrance to the tunnel. It is located down below. We've been using this tunnel for a while now to run goods in and out of the city. We do have another mission if you're not interested in that one right now. It does require you to travel to the town of Saltbrow and to find our contact there. He's missed several shipments and check-ins, and we're also a little worried if something might have happened to him.
What was that town?
Saltbrow, Saltbrough.
Salt, bro.
Not brow. But yeah.
And where's this missing guy?
He's supposed to.
Well, but like, where's he supposed to be?
He's supposed to be in that town. We have a warehouse in the swamps around this town, and he's been missing. Like I said, missing several check-ins and shipping.
What's the guy's
runs.
name?
His name is Hovel. Huvul. Haval.
Well, fellas, what say you?
Well, I mean, honestly, like we should just take both, man.
I don't have a problem with giving you both, as long as you do them.
Why don't we go get some gears between us, and then figure out what we're gonna do. I feel like that's the better thing. You know, give as a group.
Do some shopping.
And some shopping. Let's go get some shit.
Maximus?
Yeah, I agree.
What do you think? Okay.
Alright. Well, men, when you're good and ready and you are properly supplied, come back and find me.
What type of supplies would you suggest?
Well, I mean, one of these missions requires you to travel to a remote location, so anything you may need in terms of goods and
Yeah. I mean the tunnel one.
uh,
What do you suggest for that one?
it's not to my knowledge what sort of enemies you may encounter within, so anything that you would normally take with you for monster hunting.
Actually, I had one more question.
Yes.
Apologize. These gentlemen that were injured, what kind of people were they?
Part of the family, you could say. They took care of ferrying these not quite legally acquired items to Saltborough, so that and other locations, so that they could cool off, so that we could later put them back on the market.
Were they known for being very able in doing their work, handling situations?
Are you accusing my kin of being feeble and incapable?
No, more of just gauging type of trouble you could be pushing us towards.
Could we perhaps speak to them ourselves?
Yes, later this evening you could come back when Thomas is awake again. We had to give him some laudanum to quiet him, to ease the pain of his injuries.
Hey guys, check it out.
Is
You
this?
gotta talk to these fellas.
Are you doing this at the table in front of him, or is this?
I'm
Are you outside of the game? Okay, you're whispering across the table. Okay.
No, to the guy. The guys are standing. The rest of the guys are standing, so I have to go like this. And hey,
Okay.
we gotta talk to these guys and see what kind of thing attacked them. That way we can know what to prepare for.
Okay.
Or we can just run in there blind. It's up to you guys.
Well, either way, we gotta come back for that later, so might as well hop out of here and go gear up.
Alright.
What do you say, Max?
Yeah, I agree. I'm trying to figure out what I need for Matt's ash for making bullets.
Regular bullets or magical bullets?
Just the regular bullets. I mean, if I can find some way.
You're gonna
some
probably need to go
options.
to a blacksmith shop and an alchemist shop in order to find the components to make it. I believe there is a description in there of what you need.
Not on the gunsmith kit. Stuff that we. It just says that I can create ammo.
So you just need the mats. So
Yeah, but it doesn't say what the mask.
So that would most likely be you're gonna have to make gunpowder and the casing and the bullet itself. Because you have all the tools to do it, you just need. So, like I said, you're probably gonna need to go to the alchemist store to get a couple different things to make the gunpowder, because you're not gonna find straight up gunpowder in this world.
Well, they have smoke powder, is what they call it.
Yeah.
You can buy a powder.
Mhm.
So
But
I definitely, since we are going to get some shopping done, that's what it's
okay.
for.
Right.
Do our
Okay.
best to find it.
Well then, Mr. Dragon, we shall.
Please, just call me
bid
Cole.
you leave. We shall leave to acquire some gear.
Till the next time, when he continues about his business. And he kind of
I wanna
goes, he
head-
pulls out a book and just like starts reading, like you guys already left.
Alright, I'm gonna head back up and out.
Okay.
And I wanna find an armor smith.
Okay, so before you all split ways, tell me generally, Fenris and Maximus, it sounds like you guys need to go to an alchemist store, or arcanist store. Filian, you want to go to a blacksmith. Evan is actually, he's split ways with you guys and has gone to the local library and is doing some research for looking for monsters. Abaddon, what do you need to accomplish?
I want to go check out this Vendel's magnificent mending.
Okay. So, Fenris and Maximus, well, Fenris, you already went to the store. Are you good to go back with Maximus, or?
Yeah, because I want to fill him in on what I found out about the Merchants Guild, and then possibly having legitimate work for us. That's, you know,
Okay, so
a little dangerous.
you guys have all made your way out. So go ahead and do any conversating you need to do with them, and before we split ways.
So what do you think, Max? I don't really like the idea of working for this dragon guy. It doesn't sound good. I mean, maybe do some jobs for him, just like clearing up that tunnel. Oh, I guess I wouldn't know about that, would I?
Nope.
I mean,
So they
he's
need
got
to
any
fill you in.
not illegitimate, that's fine, I guess, but I think he's just bad news.
It's definitely bad news,
I
man.
tend to agree with that.
But
Oh no, that's for sure.
Well, why don't we at least see what the Merchants Guild has first?
yeah, for sure. Really. We just need cash.
Yeah.
And a lot of it.
So let's get on the grind. If we can do it legitimately, that's probably better off, but that usually means less.
Okay.
Do you know what they have to offer right now? Have you asked?
No, I was waiting for you guys before we head over there.
Okay, well, let's go. I'd rather find out
Levante.
before I buy gear I don't need.
Alright, so, heading... Where are you heading? Did you tell him where it was?
Merchants
Did anybody fill me in on what the jobs were that the dragon gave you, or we just
I did.
headed?
I did. I'll feel as we're walking towards the Merchant Guild. Me and Fenris just have like a small conversation on what the dragon wanted and yada yada.
Okay. If it's something in a tunnel, and you know, it's probably
Yeah, tunnel.
sewage or waste or something like that. I wonder if we should stock up on some, you know, water-breathing potions just in case.
Hey.
Yeah, he said it was.
So I don't think we'll be able to afford it.
He said there was a waterfall at one end. I think something about water. Write it down.
Yeah, I don't remember.
The other one we have to travel to get to
Yeah, we gotta travel to
Saltboro.
Saltboro.
Well, no, Saltbro is where you go to, like, see what the contact is up to. I was talking about the tunnel one.
Yeah, yeah.
No, I know, yeah, but that was the other quest, was to find this missing guy.
Yeah, and
And
Well, we're on kind of a time limit. Do we really want to be traveling elsewhere?
no.
right, and that was another thing, you know. But it's an option. It's an option.
Maybe something we can do later if it's still available.
Let's go check out the Merchants Guild. See what
Yeah.
they have to offer.
For that.
I thought we were walking down there.
Oh yeah, we are.
Alright, so you guys are making your way back over to the guild quarters, and again, you were greeted by a familiar sight. There is the building that has the emblem of Abaddon School on it. There is one that has a sign with golden scales on it. There is another with potions and bandages, and a fourth has a shield and sword on it.
But these are open?
They all have open, all except for the school have open doors, and there's people going in and out of each of them.
So we've got a
Wait,
Mage's Guild, an Alchemist Guild, a Fighters Guild, and the Merchants Guild.
Yep.
Can
Oh,
I
that's
do
the
a
Fighters
history
Guild?
check?
Yeah.
You
Can
wanted
I
to
do
do...
a history check on like how on my knowledge on the door?
Sure. So you're gonna toddle over to the school door again.
Yeah. I'm doing a history. Okay. Oh my gosh. Nat one.
You know, you must have... I mean, you recognize the symbol as being your school's emblem, but you may have skipped out on class that day when they were going over doors.
I have a +6 to history too. That's the worst part. Who
So,
would have got me 8, man?
yeah, unfortunately, you do not remember much except for that doors are supposed to open, but you're not sure why this one doesn't when you push on it. So,
Why you should stay in school and don't go.
okay.
Leave me alone, okay? Leave me alone.
I didn't
You
know
ever do
he was
pixie
that
dust?
kind of.
You ever do pixie dust? That changed your life.
I knew he was special. I didn't know he was that kind of special.
Okay. So, y'all kind of watch Abaddon, like, all but lick the door, like, trying to remember shit about it, and, just, so he comes back a little defeated.
So, should we see what the Merchant Guild has now? Or do you want to go lick the door? Something else is working.
You try setting out fire? Let's go.
Okay. So, you go into...
Golden Scales is the Merchant's Guild.
Yes. So you go into the bay doors, and there is a common seating area where people are doing business, doing trade. There is an area where it looks like people can write up official documents of sale for you. There is a small bar. There is a board on the far corner that has various papers on it. And there is a kind of like a casino cage type of situation where you would cash in tickets, like set up nearby.
Seems like a happening place.
And I run over to the board and I see what's on the board.
Looking at the board, you know, you can really only see what's at eye level for you, which there,
Yeah.
you know, there's different tasks like finding a missing cat and delivering eggs and, you know, getting a shipment of flour to the bakery and kind of just various like odd jobs that it seems like the people of Darford have come to the Merchant Guild in order to find somebody for them to take care of. It's like a temp agency type of deal.
I wanted to go over there and look at the board too.
You see a lot of the same. It's more like stuff in town of delivering or making exchanges or.
Okay. I just thought because my height, I'd see more.
Again, this board consists of not like adventuring quests, but more like things inside of the city that people don't have current workers for to do.
Okay.
But they're just looking to get like a temporary person just to help them out.
about Fenris?
Well, I don't know if I can carry flour. It probably weighs as much as I do. I can do eggs.
Say,
These are just common day jobs. I don't think they're gonna pay nearly as much as the
Yeah.
dragon guy.
dragon. I forgot to ask Ashley. Can I? I'm gonna Fenris. Look at that scroll and see if you can identify what kind of this is a language or something. I want to show him that scroll, Ashley.
It'll take me about 10 minutes or so.
That's fine.
You.
Kind of a weird place to do this, but okay, sure.
So are you doing it right in front of the board? Or are you gonna go find a table? Like, what are you doing?
Go find a table.
Oh, sure, yeah. Yeah, we'll
Come on
find
over
a
here.
table. Or is there like a bar with bench seating that we can do it at?
Yeah. You can either sit at the bar, or there's a couple seats open at the bar, or there's tables here and there.
I would prefer to do this at the bar.
Okay. So making your way to the bar, you all have a seat, and the barmaid clears, some space in front of you, wipes off the counter, and she kind of looks at all of you differently, and taking each in turn, kind of shrugs. Oh, lads, can I see your license, please?
What?
Your license!
I seem to have forgotten mine.
Yeah, I don't know what
I
that is.
slowly back out to the exit.
Oh, don't be shy. It's just a license. It's not like I'm asking to see your willy.
License for what?
Well, you're a part of the guild, aren't you?
No.
Oh. And she kind of, loses her whole, charm and, happy face. And she's like, well, I'm sorry to say that you have to go. You see, you can only commence business here or drink at the bar here if you have a license. You have to be a member of the guild.
Does that include the jobs on the board?
Aye, it does.
Bye, Felicia.
How did you know that was my name?
Call it thieves' intuition.
So,
Thieves, we won't
Felicia,
have none
how
of
do
your
I get one
kind.
of these licenses?
Oh, simple enough. You have to have a patron, somebody that's already in the guild, to invite you in, and simply pay the guild cost. Guild fees.
The guild fees.
Aye.
A lot of it.
I don't.
Spend more money.
What are
No
the guild
thanks.
fees?
It's all this above board stuff's like a lot of jumping through hoops.
Well, a license gets you more than just a job. You could also get, you can go to any of the merchant guilds split out across Alwyn, and you could also get discounts on room and boards. And you already know about the job board.
And what are the fees for
Oh.
the license?
A simple investment of 10,000 gold pieces.
Well, it was nice meeting you, Felicia.
Yeah, no.
I'm already outside. I didn't even stay.
I'm with Fillion. I'm walking out, giving her the British peace sign, you know?
Can you believe that, Max? They want us to pay 10,000 gold to run errands for them.
Yeah,
No
I'm
thanks.
not getting no kitty out of a tree and pay their kitties.
I slap a big giant dick on the door as we walk in.
And you hear somebody from the inside, hey, hey, hey! Starts, you guys are gone, though.
Yeah, I'm up there. I Assassin's Creed into the crowd. Just.
I was there when we got here.
Well, I'm sad to draw this evening to an end, but it is already 9:45, and that was an amazing session. Thank you all.
Awesome.
Yeah. So we will be switching to Sundays going forward, and we'll be posting times and such on the schedule. So check there for the next time we will be streaming. Yeah. Hope you enjoyed it. Have a good evening, and we will see you next time. Bye.